all the ancillary things that we need in terms of the because the purification of uranium is very energy efficient, very energy expensive. It's not done, but it's done with this before. Maybe on other basis. So it's not neutral, but it is competitive with gas. It's better than gas, but it's not competitive in terms of total overall carbon emissions. The argument, and the only argument that I would be prepared to even consider is the argument of energy security and the price going up. Now, that might still be open for people to look at, and I think if it really is genuinely open, we do need to look at it, because of the long need for building nuclear power stations, and if the decisions that we need to be taken, they need to be taken fairly soon. And one very well-known green writer, Mark Linus, has already, like flipped, said, actually, I think we do need some nuclear power. But I think he's got his sums wrong in terms of some of the arguments he's putting out other than that. And don't forget, a relatively objective commission that was put in place by Tony Blair, who's quite keen on nuclear power, and all right, chaired by a sustainability campaign, Jonathan Porritt. But Jonathan Porritt is pretty sound, you know. He's not Google-eyed. Oh, there it is! You know, he looks at things. And the Sustainability Commission themselves were a group of large experts across the country who looked at the whole system and all the protections very, very carefully, and they came up with the answer is that we don't actually need it. Now, if you don't need it, then why go for it? Okay? Because of all the other dangers. I don't say that it's been well known for a long, long time. But there isn't a danger, as we know. Although I don't think anybody could play a lot with nuclear power the way they did in Germany, ever again. But pretty well sure against that. And British Energy, in fact, one of the world's best in terms they advise the Russians and some other countries on nuclear safety. I met with them on a few occasions, I'm impressed by it. It's not the safety, it's just the whole thing of what is the best investment. We've got 30 years, you know, to spend our money in the wisest possible way. I honestly don't think that building nuclear power stations is the wisest thing. That's where I'm at the moment. I could be persuaded to move on, but I don't think I'm going to do it.
Very clear. My question is that, the question is, do we have 30 years not in terms of the life we have in the power plant, but in terms of the amount of coal and oil that's burned in this country?
Oh, I'm talking about 30 years to get our carbon emissions down. And I don't see, this is the thing, building nuclear power stations is going to boost those. We're going to be front-loading the whole system by building them just at the very point where we don't want to do that. At the moment, carbon emissions are still going up. Start building nuclear power stations everywhere, they're going to go up even more because of all the steel and all the concrete. Making concrete is one of the most carbon-intensive industries that there is, and you need zillions of tons of it to build nuclear power stations because the foundations have to be so secure and all the shielding has to be so secure from safety aspects. So, you know, there's a carbon intensity in building them that we just don't need.
I'd like to thank everyone for coming along tonight. Our next event is, we've got a tour of the Parliament in a couple of days. If anyone's interested in that, just speak to one of the, sorry. It's closed off. We will. That event's closed off, and yeah. So whoever's going on that, look forward to seeing you at the tour. Thanks to Mike for coming along. It's been a really interesting talk. Robin, sorry. It's Mike Ruffles who's taking the tour next week. That's why I started.
Right. Rumbling Mike.
Anyone who hasn't signed up to the society yet can speak to one of the committee members afterwards. We're going to be going to the Native Theatre sponsor bar for a few drinks. to Robin again for the talk, and we'll see you all again.